She's not what you'd expect. She's tough and feisty, but gentle and tender. She makes millions and gives millions to the poor. She cries, she laughs, she teaches, she comforts. This is the Dani Johnson Show.
Hi, this is Dani Johnson. Welcome to the Dani Johnson Show. Today we are going to be talking about your health. We're going to be talking about how to save money, actually, in the health category. Here every single day on this show, we're talking about success. And you might be saying, well, Dani, what in the world does health have to do with success? It has everything to do with success. First of all, the kind of success that you want is not status quo success. It's not the success that society has been pitching you. They've been pitching you that success is a giant house, boats, cars that are expensive, clothing that is expensive. They are pitching to you that success is everything but what it really is. Yes, cars are nice. Yes, boats are nice. Yes, houses are nice. All that stuff is nice. But it is really not success. How you live your life. You need to know who you are, what you were put on this planet to do, who you were put on this planet to affect and infect, almost like an infectious good disease. There is a plan, a calling, a purpose for your life. And you might be chasing somebody else's definition of success. This is why every single day we challenge you with content that causes you to get a vision for your life, every area of your life. Recently, I have to tell you, friend, that I have been really convicted, and you and I have had a conversation a few times about this. And recently, I was on, my husband and I were on an anniversary trip, and I had realized I had surprised him with we renewed our vows. And he didn't know that we were doing it. We happened to be on a ship, on a sailing ship, and I had organized the captain and some of his crew to put together a little wedding renewal for our anniversary. And literally 5 minutes before 4 o'clock is the time to do the anniversary, and I managed to make it through the entire day on our anniversary without saying a word about it. 5 minutes before we're supposed to be there, I said, honey, can you change your shirts? We have an appointment. So could you put just a different shirt on? He's like, do you want me to wear a white one? He goes, are we going to get married again? I'm like, oh, you bugger. So he guessed it 5 minutes before. So anyway, the whole day we started talking about our vows, and we started talking about, I'm going to lose it, in sickness and in health. And I realized that in the 2.5 decades of legal marriage and, 2.5 decades, more than 2.5 decades of, we did everything backwards, right? We had a kid first, we did it all backwards. So we've been, biblically married for 25 years, legally, according to the state of Hawaii, 23 years. So anyway, but when we were talking about on our lunch, and we happened to be in France on the day of our anniversary, we were talking about, the vows, right? And he just said, he goes, man, he says, we're doing it, honey, we're doing it, and for richer or for poor, we've done both of those. In sickness and in health, we've done both of those. And when I looked back, I'm the one who carried most of the sickness. Yep, I'm the one who have had more health challenges than he has. Like he had, one time his back went out. Why? Because he kind of was starting to let himself go. His, 8-pack went to a 1-pack, and, he just really, he loves junk food, and he looks amazing regardless of how many packs he has on his stomach. But the bottom line was that I realized, honey, I don't want to be that person in that category anymore. In 2.5 decades of being married, in sickness and health, you've been challenged more because I have been sick more, right? I had back surgery. I was paralyzed. I had a fatal heart condition. I've needed more care than anybody, okay? Recently this year, I had tumors in my uterus. They were non-cancerous, so it was no big deal, but I had to have surgery, and I was, down, couldn't do anything for pretty much I couldn't do anything for 6 weeks, and then, another 4 weeks before I could, be fully active and lift something that's 50 pounds. And so this really caused me to make some new decisions. It really has. And I just said, honey, I'm so sorry. Because my lifestyle choices, which largely have been no exercise at all, none, zero. I got pregnant 30 years ago. I haven't exercised since. I did a little dabble here and there, with some videos and as far I've maintained my weight through, food. But the bottom line is that my more sedentary lifestyle with no, weight training, no cardio training, none of that stuff. The only form of exercise I got was marital relations in the bedroom, and that helped me to stay somewhat fit. But we're going to lose 45% of our muscle by the time we're 65. And I don't care how active your marital sex life is, it might not be enough to build muscle, to maintain the muscle that we're losing. So I had to apologize to him. I did. I just said, honey, I'm really sorry. My lifestyle choices have resulted in different health things, and you've had to be the one to be patient through my health challenges. And I was born with some defects. Maybe you have too. But there really is a big cost. And I began to text a friend of mine about this. And I want to have this conversation with you. There is a cost. There's a bigger cost than just copays. There's a much bigger cost than the trip to the doctor. There is. Do you know what the costs are? You see, there's emotional costs for poor health. And it's not just emotional costs on you, the worry or the fret, the anxiety, the fear on you, but it's also what's on your family, your spouse, your children, your parents, your siblings, your coworkers. And not only are there costs on all of them for emotionally and mentally with worry and fear and anxiety, but then it's how everyone else has to step up because of poor health, right? My daughter came to visit and stayed with us for 4 weeks to help nurse me back to health and keep the family going, right? Keep laundry going, keep the food in the house, keep the cooking going. So she and her 2-year-old son came and stayed with me for a month to help serve the family. That was a cost. She was away from her husband for a month, who he blessed her in it, but she came and she served the family. So that was a cost. Not only was there a plane ticket, but there was the cost of them being apart from each other and the cost on her of caring for her mom. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I want you to look at it for just a second. If you've ever been sick or you've had surgery or you've been down, right? You've been down, you can't lift something, you can't do something. Someone else is paying that cost, whether it's their own back by lifting it for you, or it's the cost of their time of having to do more for you because of your health. And how do we end up with poor health? How do we end up with this pain? So and not only that, but there's the cost of pain, right? There's a cost of pain. I've had plenty of pain in my life. I was born with some deformities in my back, and I suffered from back pain for 23 solid years without a single day of not being in pain. That's enough to cause someone to want to, do some extreme things. I'm allergic to every pain medication that exists, all narcotics, all opiates. I'm allergic to all of them. So there's nothing that relieves me of pain. So it's just something that you learn to manage, which was lame. Yes, some nutritional things have helped me through the years. But when God healed my back in 2009, I was completely pain-free until recently I decided to get aggressive with starting to jog out of nowhere. And then I totally jacked myself like a goofball. But nonetheless, there is a cost for poor health. And every day we're putting things in our mouth, and every day we're making choices with our body that is either helping us to be healthy, to build greater health, or it is costing us emotional, mental, spiritual, and it's costing those around us, emotional, mental, spiritual. It's costing pain on others. It's costing pain in our muscles. Okay, there's so much more cost than just your copay on your insurance. There's so much more cost than just the medical bill. And I want us to discuss this because this has caused me to make some major, and I mean major changes with my health, major changes with my physical body, and taking responsibility for where I'm at. I don't want to be a burden on my children. I don't want to be a burden on my husband. I don't want to be a burden on my staff. I don't want it to be that here we are, we're doing a first steps to success, and now everyone has to do a little more because I can't walk, or because there's something that I'm supposed to do that I cannot do, and now everyone has to create all these other solutions just because one man is down. It's wrong. It's not right, and it's not healthy, and it's not good. When we put ourselves in a place because of what we choose to put in our mouth and what we choose not to do with our physical bodies. I'm guilty of it. I am one that used to, not say the nicest things about the whole health and fitness world. I am the one who was not very nice about all of that. And now I'm here to say I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I was wrong. I was absolutely wrong. And starting after I had my surgery, I started to walk, and then I started to run. And then I bought some videos. I've been working out for months, and man, I'm telling you, I feel better than I've ever felt. My head is more clear. I'm totally monitoring every piece of food that has gone in my mouth. My body fat's gone from 26%. I just made it down to 15%. Okay. Why? Why do I care about that? Because I want to be strong. I want to be strong to play with my grandkids. I want to be strong to travel the world with my husband and to hike to crazy places like in Iceland, up straight up mountains to get to a hot spring and to be there and enjoy that with my husband versus taking a break every 10 seconds going, I can't breathe. Why? Because I haven't taken care of myself the way that I should. Just because I was able to get away with just eating certain foods that kept me in a size 6 did not mean that my body was healthy, and it absolutely did not mean that I was strong. I was getting weaker and weaker and weaker, and I came to a place, and I'm challenging you to look at your life. I came to a place on an airplane where I went to lift my carry-on bag, and I could not lift it. Literally, I'm like, it's on my chest and I'm like trying to push it up. It's the same bag I've been carrying for years. Same bag, it has the same stuff in it. It's literally the same exact bag, okay? I make everything last. With the same binders in it, the same exact materials in it. It weighs exactly the same as it did 10 years ago. And here I am, here it is 10 years later. And 10 years ago, sure, no problem, put it in there. Now, at my age, you can see the people looking around that are sitting in the seats already going, oh my gosh, is he going to drop that thing on my head? And unfortunately, the kind of world that we live in today, men just kind of sit there and watch instead of where's the chivalry? Where's the chivalry? Where's the man that says, let me get that for you? Obviously it's either help me put this bag up or it's going to drop on your head. I even had a male flight attendant say, well, you should put your own bag in the bin over your head. And I'm like, you're right. Wow. You're a flight attendant. And I had gotten upgraded into first class for free. I got upgraded into first class, and that's what a first class flight attendant said, is that I should lift my own bag. Like, oh my. And I had just hurt my back. It was amazing. Anyway, this is what we're talking about. So, number one, please forgive me. If I have hurt you in any way and you're part of the health and fitness world and you have felt that I did not support or that I wasn't backing that world, I am so sorry. I was so ignorant. I was so stupid. I did not see the value in it at all. And why? Because I was a mediocre punk. That's why. Because I managed through just food to maintain a size 6 and still wear a bikini and not be too embarrassed. Not anymore. I just came back from vacation with my husband. We had our anniversary trip for a whole month. I was gone and he was with me for 3 weeks. I was in a bikini and I felt good for the first time in I don't know how many years. If you're like me and you've been getting away with it, there is going to come a day where you ain't going to get away with it anymore. And people used to tell me that all the time, like, yeah, whatever. Well, who cares? I'm just going to cover it up. Stop covering it up. There is a cost to poor health. You're paying for it. Your family's paying for it. Your staff is paying for it, and that has to stop. Who do you want to be when you get older? Let's talk about the cost of poor health and what you're doing to change it. This is Dani Johnson. We'll continue with more right after this.
Healthcare is expensive. What are you doing now to prevent high healthcare costs later? Let's talk about it next on The Dani Johnson Show.
Do you dream about feeling more confident, more beautiful, more powerful? But instead, you're that girl that never learned to do their makeup, and now you feel lost in a sea of YouTube makeup tutorials. Or you're that new mom that can't get enough sleep at night and just wants to feel pretty again. Or the busy professional that wants to magnetize brand new clients and get more respect in the office. From the boardroom to the bedroom, xmhbeauty.com will help you. Our company has a proven track record of making beauty available on any budget. from celebrities to girls just like you and me. Our live classes, step-by-step tutorials, and insider secrets will have you standing out from the crowd. Go to xmhbeauty.com/Dani today to get your free gift from us. That's xmhbeauty.com/DANI.
Imagine living in a decrepit, unsafe hovel made of waste material on top of old mining tunnels that could explode and sink your home at any moment. Imagine no water to drink, no safe place to raise your children, no food for your starving baby. Imagine that your kids can't learn to read because they have to work to support the family instead of going to school. Could you imagine living in that kind of fear and hopelessness? This is exactly what families are dealing with in the poverty-stricken village of Santa Pancha, Nicaragua. These families can barely meet their basic food, water, and housing needs. We are transforming that village. Be a part of this miracle. I want you to go to the website now and learn how you can help. Go to kingsransom.org and click on Santa Pancha. There you can join with other warriors against poverty and help bring a miraculous transformation to Santa Pancha. That's kingsransom.org, kingsransom.org. The whole story of how I went from homeless to millions is right here in this book, First Steps to Wealth. I'd love to give you a free copy of this book. Just dial 888-757-8880. You can get your free copy of this book. It's like a real book, my friend. You can get an ebook copy for free right now, or if you'd like to pay the shipping to get this $15 book to your house, I'd be happy to send it to you. 888-757-8880. Get your copy of First Steps to Wealth today and begin on a brand new path of some great success.
Did you know you can see Dani Johnson live and in person? Go to DaniJohnson.com and find out about our next live event. First Steps to Success. Register today. Call 866-760-8255 or go to DaniJohnson.com/FSTS. And now, back to the Dani Johnson Show.
Dani, my back hurts, my sciatica and my knees are swollen and my ankles are swollen. I got cankles. I just don't know what to do about it. Listen, friend, you got yourself in that place. You can get yourself out. I don't know what your habits have been up to this point. I know what my habits have been, and my habits have been cheesy. My habits have not been disciplined. My habits have been pathetic. Why? Because I could get away with it. And that's wrong. That's not good character. That's not good leadership. And friend, if you're hurting, then watch what you're putting in your mouth and get up and do something. Get up and start moving your body in a different way. Do not allow pain to stop you and to keep you stuck. Because if you look ahead and you look forward as to where this path is going to take you, I know you don't like what it's going to be. And I also know that you're going to come to a place where you say enough is enough. I came to that place this year and I made a decision. It's going to be better at 50 for me. I have a whole little album in my phone, better at 50. I asked myself the question, is this going to be better at 50 with what the choices are that I'm putting in my mouth? Whether or not I get up and I take that walk, whether or not I get up and I start lifting weights, I'm making the choices. This, if I choose not to, is that going to make me better at 50 or is this going to make me worse at 50? I refuse to be like what I've seen 50 looks like. And I refuse to be what 70 looks like. And I refuse to be what 80 looks like. And I refuse to be what 90 looks like. It's time to get a vision for your health because there is a higher cost for poor health on you as well as all those around you. And it's up to you to do something with your own body. So we've asked some questions of some people on our Facebook page as to what are they doing to prevent high healthcare costs and to prevent poor health. So first we're going over to Candace Gates from Minnesota. Candace, welcome to the show. So what is your plan? What do you do to prevent those high healthcare costs? Candace, where are you? Is your line muted? There you are. Yes, awesome. Okay. So what is it? Okay. What's your plan? Share with us.
Okay, I always say it's a package deal. You can't just do one thing. You have to eat right. You have to exercise. And I believe that we all need extra supplementation because, the soils are depleted. and the air is more polluted.
Yeah.
There's just more junk in all of our food.
And our water.
So,
the water is massively
and
polluted.
Really, no matter how good we try to eat,
Mm-hmm.
I do believe that that's part of it too.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really a package deal.
Yeah.
And that, so you have to do all of it, but they all go hand in hand. When you eat better, then you have more energy, so that you want to exercise. Your mind is clearer,
Yeah.
and everything. So,
When did you start this?
Well, I've always, it's interesting when you said that about being into a certain size and everything. I've never really been too overweight. I always kind of classified myself as skinny fat, because people always said, well, you don't need to lose weight or anything, all my life. But I was unhealthy. Bad things were happening on the inside.
Yeah.
So I guess just really in the past, and I just turned 60. But
You sound like you're 27. Oh my gosh.
Well, you
sound so young.
40th class reunion, and seriously, I give God all the glory for this, because He's the one who really got my attention. But a lot of people are. There were people that were using canes and really had gained a lot of weight, overweight, and everything. And I agree with you. I don't care what age I am. I just feel that we can maintain our health, and we don't need to miss out on life that God has put before us.
Yes.
We can live life to the fullest.
Yep.
And I think about too the verse. One of them that really grabbed my attention was, "Know ye not that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit?"
That's what started me on this path.
Yes.
Yes.
And also, when you were talking about missing out on things and the cost of things, I cannot tell you how many times I went on family vacation, and my husband took our daughters out to the theme park or wherever we happened to be, while I was stuck in the hotel room with the shades pulled because I had a migraine headache.
Wow.
And I don't get migraine headaches anymore. When you invest in your health,
it changes everything. Absolutely everything. Man, this is Dani Johnson. We're going to continue this conversation right after this.
Don't go away. The next segment might just change your life.
This is your chance. This is your shot. Get your copy of War on Debt right now. There's one waiting for you that has your family's name on it. And inside that package is freedom. Your freedom, your family's freedom is on the inside of that package. All you have to do is open it up, press play, and start applying what I teach you in this program. 888-757-8880. You and I are going to help your family become completely debt-free in the next 5 to 7 years. Just imagine how that's going to feel.
You would think this would get easier. It doesn't. My name is Mia, and this is my awesome husband, Tony Gray. We're both from Maryland. Prior to plugging into DaniJohnson.com, we were beyond a mess. Probably an earthquake would be a better description. We were very young and married in high school. I was pregnant at 13. I was abandoned, abused, often turned to drugs and alcohol. And we just didn't know what to do. We knew how to put on a facade and come out before people. We worked long hours. He was never, ever home, and he was losing relationships with me and the kids. We were at the divorce attorney, ready just to quit. We didn't know a way out, and our debt, we just hung ourselves, it seems, every day, just going to work, spending, and then there was debt. We didn't know what to do. But after filing bankruptcy twice, you would think, well, you know what to do then. Well, we didn't. We kept making stupid decisions. And we were really just ready to quit. We were ready to give up. And we didn't see that there was any hope. I was actually depressed a whole lot. And since we got married so young, we wanted to be like the rest of our family and be divorced, because we were the only ones that were married for a long period of time. We lost several kids, but God blessed us with that, and after plugging in with DaniJohnson.com, life changed forevermore.
It's funny, I heard Dani say, talked about Donald Trump, and that was my way of life. He did it. He was a multi-millionaire. He filed bankruptcy multiple times, but I knew that wasn't the answer. I was working more hours, had a six-figure income, and found we were in more debt. But since plugging into war and debt, in 36 months, we paid off $126,000. To me, it's all about giving back. And my wife has the biggest heart that I know, so it was her mission to not only get the information for us, but to share it in our community. So we had hundreds of people come to classes, but we had 92 people take action. And of those 92 people, in 34 months, they paid off $3.6 million.
Our marriage has been fully restored. Our children are absolutely amazing. They all own their own businesses. We raise 6 amazing kids every single day. And I can't tell you, without the DJU curriculum, without all of the products, we came at the beginning and we were piecemealing it, but that didn't work for us. You know how Dani says when you get the recipe, you need to get all the ingredients and not try to figure out, should I get the egg, should I get the milk? You just get it all and you follow directions. We follow directions and our life has changed forevermore, and we won't go back, we're just going ahead. So without further ado, help us bring back to the stage America's favorite millionaire, Miss Dani Johnson.
Be sure to tell a friend about the Dani Johnson Show. It just might be the key to the breakthrough they need. And now, back to the Dani Johnson Show.
Wow, can you imagine? You think about the cost of missing out on work stuff because our bodies are hurting, because we're sick, and why? All because we're choosing to put the wrong things in our mouth, because we're choosing to sit in front of the television instead of getting up and doing something physically active. Friend, I found myself this year with a major revelation that I have not been making wise choices with my body. That yes, I've supplemented, and I've believed in proper nutrition, and I've done a good job in that respect. But something I have completely neglected was any kind of physical exercise outside of what happens between my husband and I in a marital situation. That was the only exercise that I was getting. And the bottom line is, and I don't know if you know this, but we will lose 45% of our muscle mass by the time we are 65. So although that I can still wear the same size that I did when I was 22, which is a size 6, at 47, I could still wear that. My muscle mass was nowhere near the same. I had much more fat. So are you a skinny fat person? Where is your body fat today? Where is your health? Are you getting weaker? I have gotten weaker, and I noticed that. And that even like, oh gosh, I can't pick up my 2-year-old grandson because my back might go out or it's going to hurt me. You know what I mean? Like there's all, and the kids, I have 7 grandkids, here for a minute, soon to be 8. And, so with all these grandkids, they want to go do, and here I am just sitting and watching instead of getting engaged with them, right? No, let's go for a walk. You're like, oh, I'm kind of tired. I'm feeling good. This is wrong. It's missing out on family. The family pays for the price of poor health. You emotionally pay the price for poor health. It's bigger than high healthcare costs, which are ridiculous today, and they are terrible. But it's more than that. There's a much bigger cost. And so we've asked a question on Facebook of our faithful, wonderful people. If you haven't joined us there yet, please do. Dani Johnson Live is the name of the page. But we are asking people, like, what are you doing to have better health? And what are you doing to make sure that you're not going to pay for the poor health? Because everyone's going to pay for it. So we have Lynn Plum from Montana. Lynn Plum, welcome to the show.
Hi.
Hi. So what are you doing? What are you actively doing to not end up in poor health?
Well, 5 years ago, I was going through a really hard time, and I was cleaning my house, and I was suicidal, and I was hiding it. So if you know anything about depression, if you hide it, something's wrong, and my husband had no idea how bad I was. And the TV show happened to say exercise was the best antidepressant, and I knew I was in trouble. So by golly, I got on that damn treadmill,
every day for a year, I refused to take a day off because I knew I would be in trouble. And I read my Bible, and I put praise music on. And a year later, I was closer to my God, and I was 50 pounds lighter. And 5 years later, I do not miss my workout. That is like taking my antidepressant a day. That's how I look at it. It just makes me better. It makes me stronger. It makes me closer to Him. And it's really my mission in life now to get people to understand that this is a big thing that we all need to have.
Yes, it's huge. It's absolutely huge. I've been amazed because I started walking just a few months ago. When was it? No, it's 6 months now. So 6 months ago is when about 5 months ago, I started to go, okay, this is it. I'm done with this. I'm tired of being weak. I'm tired of having these issues in my life. It is time to fix this. And so I started with walking through the neighborhood, and my neighborhood is all hills. It's like up and down, nasty, nasty hills. Started jogging, and then started doing some videos, like 30-minute exercise videos. I started doing those twice a day, and then started weight training in this last month. And I still don't know what I'm doing. But Lynn, I am amazed of how more clear my head is. I'm not spacing out anymore. I'm not like walking into your room going, why am I here? What did I come in here for? Like, it's crazy all the things that get cleared up by simply just becoming physically active. Isn't that nuts?
It is nuts.
And look at you. You lost 50 pounds. And I love what you said. It's my antidepressant. So rather than polluting your body with chemicals that then have side effects and other problems, you now are strengthening your muscles, strengthening your bones, strengthening your heart. That's incredible. Lynn, I'm so proud of you. Congratulations, and thanks for being an example out there for us. God bless you.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, we got Rose Morrison from Pennsylvania. Rose, welcome to the show.
Hi.
Hi. So what about you? What is your plan for beating poor health?
Well, from all the things that have happened to me in my life, and looking at just like family members of how they smoke, and a few of them being alcoholics and whatnot, I decided not to go that route and wanting to be healthy and stay positive in life. I have a big family from both sides of my family, and like just from watching them, especially my mom's family, just really brought me towards not going the way that they went. I mean, my mom smoked for 50 years. She died in 2008. Wow. I just didn't like seeing her the way she went. It really, to this day, it really ticks me off.
Wow.
I mean, I see ladies still living older than what she would be. They're smoking. I mean, they're not even leaving that thing out of their mouth. It is just staying on their lips.
My grandmother was the same way.
And I'm like, my mom is gone, and you guys are still here. It's unbelievable. And I mean, it's just the way their skin looks and their lips look, and to be quite honest, they look awful. And they're still doing that.
Rose, did we grow up in the same family? I'm serious, man.
Really
you have just completely described my family. Aunts, uncles, grandparents, like you completely described my mom, and it's crazy. I was the same way when I was in my early 20s. I had realized, like, gosh, and my family dies young. And here I thought I was beating it just with food and just with vitamins, because I've taken vitamins for 25 years. And so I thought, okay, well, that's how I'm not going to, and of course, and I'm choosing not to smoke. I'm choosing not to do drugs. I'm choosing not to abuse alcohol. So, I thought, okay, that'll be fine. But it comes to a place where this is not enough. So, looking at that example and going, I don't want to be that. But then you have to decide, what do you want to be? What do you want to look like at 50? What do you want to look like at 60? What do you want to look like at 70? What do you want to look like at 80? I got to tell you a story. So here I am, Thanksgiving last year, a friend, an older, he's 80, he brings over a new girlfriend. Isn't that funny? His wife had died. He has a new girlfriend. She's stunning. She was absolutely stunning. And I'm like, how old are you? She's 70. Because here I think, oh gosh, he's like dude, I mean, you're 80, you brought over a 40-year-old. Do you know what I mean? Like, ooh, what are you doing, dude? And if that's what he does, okay, that's fine. No, but she was 70. Rose, she was fit. Her skin was tight on her arms. She had muscles showing. She had a flat, beautiful stomach that had ripples on it. She had a beautiful backside. I felt this woman up. No joke. I'm like, can I touch your butt? Can I touch your butt? She's like, sure. And I just said, I have never seen a more beautiful 70-year-old in my life. I did not know it was possible to look like that at 70. She didn't have the big turkey neck hanging down, right? Her face, her skin on her face was tight. Her skin on her arms, her body was amazing. And she had so much energy. There was so much vitality in her. She was stunning. And I was like, that's my goal. I had no idea it was possible to look like that at 70. Whatever she did, I'm doing it. And then, of course, Ernestine Shepard, 82-year-old bodybuilder, 82-year-old female.
I was just going to bring her.
Oh, my gosh. So that's my 82-year-old goal. Okay, I want to be in a fitness physique competition at 80, just like Ernestine. Now, someone will say, well, Dani, that's so vain. No. You know what it means? It means that I'm strong enough to play with my great-great-grandchildren. That's what it means. It means that I'm healthy. It means that I'm not a burden to my family. It means that I did everything I possibly could to stay strong and healthy the way God intended our bodies to be. All you have to do is look at those 70, 80, and 90-year-old women on the internet who are working out, who are taking care of their bodies, and you can see they look better than most 20-year-olds. They look better than most teenagers do. And that goes to show you how God designed our bodies and how He made them to look no matter what our age is. And you know what else that explained? Rose. Remember, Abraham's wife, Sarah, was basically kidnapped by Pharaoh because she was so beautiful. She was in her 70s. She was in her 70s. So it goes to show you that you can still be beautiful in the twilight years of your life. Rose, thanks so much for sharing. I appreciate you. And you need to make a decision. Who do you want to look like? It's not who you don't want to look like, but who do you want to look like? This is Dani Johnson. We're going to continue in this conversation. I'm sorry. I'm so passionate about this. I want to see us more confident in the latter years of our lives than we ever were in our younger. And I want to see us not hiding ourselves as we're starting to watch our arms flop, as we're starting to watch our legs jiggle and everything move, that we're not hiding ourselves anymore, but we're doing something about it. This is Dani Johnson. We'll continue with more right after this.
You have a vision for your career, one for your retirement, and maybe one for your kids and grandkids. But do you have a vision for your health? Stay tuned to The Dani Johnson Show.
I just heard this amazing story. One of our clients had written us telling us that they had used job domination and unlimited success and has absolutely exploded their career. He said, Dani, I don't know where I'd be today without job domination and unlimited success. Listen, do you want more recognition from your coworkers? Do you want to be recommended to people all over the world? Do you want to be somebody that is highly sought after? Listen, if you're in a dead-end place where this gentleman found himself, but then learned new strategies and changed everything in his work life, and obviously this has resulted in higher bonuses and pay raises, you're next. 888-757-8880. Get your copy of Job Domination right now. 888-757-8880. Again, 888-757-8880. Job Domination. That's what you need. It's time for you to dominate the job market and break through the rut that you're in.
My name is Anders and I'm from Latvia. Prior to plugging into DaniJohnson.com, I was a struggling English teacher back home. I had a language school that I started when I was 21 and had grown it to be pretty okay in my city. But at the same time, I had acquired a debt of $60,000. In a matter of 8 to 9 months, I got rid of my debt. And by 2011, we had our first $1 million year. This has been amazing. We grew our school from about 100 students to 2,000 students, and I can only highly recommend for you to come to the next event and be part of this community and learn the tools that will help you to succeed.
Prior to plugging into DaniJohnson.com, my family and I were hemorrhaging under the pressures of debt. Since attending First Steps to Success in January of 2014, my family and I have paid off over $147,000 in 19 months. We're completely consumer debt-free. We have restored relationships, and our business is growing at a rate of 15% at every event. Your next step is to sign up for the next First Steps to Success and start creating your own story.
My name is Jeff Conyers, and prior to First Steps to Success, I was a struggling business owner. I had discovered that my business account went negative $5,000, and I realized that I did not have a business plan and I needed to do something. Fast forward to 1 year after, I have now created, just by implementing the tools at First Steps to Success, over $50,000, created another business, improved my personal and business relationships. Man, it's like the story is forever changing, and it just gets better and better. I don't know about you or what you're going through, but I would highly recommend getting to First Steps to Success.
Prior to plugging into First Steps to Success, we were drowning under a mountain of debt. We were heading to divorce court. We had failing businesses and toxic relationships. Since plugging into First Steps to Success, our marriage has been restored. We have paid off over $56,000 in 11 months. We've helped our community pay off over $300,000 in 14 months. My business has grown in over 600% in 4 months. And for the first time, I could say I'm just loving life. I have great relationships. So if you are fine where you are, then this event is not for you. But if you're ready to reach your goal and to change your life, then I highly recommend that you get registered for the next event.
Hi, my name is Jill Kearns. I'm from Chicago, Illinois. Prior to coming to First Steps to Success, my husband and I were struggling financially and were hurting in our relationship a lot. We needed more time together, and we just were struggling with that because of the finances. And so since plugging in, we've actually paid off over $280,000 in debt. We're completely debt-free, and more than anything else, the look on my husband's face of relief and excitement about where our future lies, and the traveling and the fun, enjoyable times that we'll get to spend together as a family is totally worth it. So if you want to have better relationships with your significant other, your children, if you have a desire to be completely debt-free and released from that bondage for whatever reason, whatever the burdens are, your next step is to get to First Steps to Success right now.
So prior to getting started to DaniJohnson.com, I was a college dropout. I was working a bottom of the barrel type job. I started plugging into her training. I've skyrocketed through the ranks of corporate America. I've tripled my income in the last 5 years. That's all fine and dandy, but it wasn't, there's a part of me that had a part missing. So I ended up using Dani's prospecting skills, and I ended up meeting the love of my life. Since then, we've paid off $32,000 of debt since October 2014. So get here now. This is the greatest thing ever. You have to see this. The skills and strategies Dani teaches are unbelievable. They totally took someone like me with no education and helped me just like multiply my efforts. So you need to be here.
Helping you become all you were meant to be. This is the Dani Johnson Show.
What is your vision for your health? You are bombarded just like I'm bombarded every single day. Oh my gosh. With everything that is going to kill us early. And if it doesn't kill us early, it's going to give us pain for the rest of the days of our life. Is your idea for your future to be taking 5 to 7 to 10 to 12 medications just to survive? Is your vision for your future to be so weak that you can't get up and help yourself pull up your own pants? Is your vision for your life to be that person that is always needing somebody else's back because you can't use your own? Do you want to be that person that is depressed and sad and emotionally distraught because of the weakness that you have allowed to happen inside of your body? I hope the answer is no. In this equation of success here on the Dani Johnson Show, we are talking about your physical health and we are talking about your future. I am totally 100% guilty of being the person that did not recognize fitness to be something that was important to have in our lives. Think of it. Way back when we were all put on this earth, everything mother and father and children had to do was all physical labor. Everything. If you're going to eat, it was physical labor, whether it was hunting it or it was growing it. Everything had to do with physical labor. Washing clothes. We now throw them in a machine. It takes care of it for us. Hello, washing it on a rock in a river. Look at this movement. What does that do? Builds your arms. Okay? We now have become a society that not only doesn't build things. We don't even grow our own food. We don't hunt our own food in general, in most cases, huffing a big old deer over your head as you carry it back, 10 miles, whatever, to your house. We got cars, okay? We got bicycles. We now, even people order their own groceries because they don't even want to go to the grocery store. We have become so sedentary, and it's killing us. I heard a story just a couple of days ago, a friend of mine that I work with, a coworker. He had a friend that was 39 years old that a month ago dropped dead. Why? Sedentary. That was the cause of death. He sat in front of a computer all day long. He came home and he sat in front of the TV. 39 years old, dropped dead, leaving a wife and children behind. Wow. Our bodies were not made to be sedentary. Our bodies were not made. We were not put together in our mother's womb to sit all day at work and then sit all night at home. It is really important that if we are going to be all that we are called to be, that we get up and we start moving. So we've been asking some questions, some of our friends on Facebook, what they are doing to prevent poor health, because poor health has a huge cost. So we're talking about ideas here. That's what we're talking. We're talking about ideas to give you, to give me, so that we are moving our bodies better, that we're going to be healthy, we're going to be strong at 90 instead of being weak at 50. We've got Jasmine on the phone from Jasmine Full Of. Jasmine, what a name. Gosh,
Thank you.
I wish I had that name, Jasmine Full Of. Dang, I would have liked to have that in my yearbook. Okay, I want to see that on the bank statement.
I don't know if I'm going to change my last name, so just be ready.
No, exactly. Okay, so you're saying that you're having some challenges with being committed to your health. How old are you?
Yeah. I'm 32.
Okay. I wasn't committed at 32 either. Not at all. Yeah. 32 was 15 years ago for me. Let's see.
I call myself a lukewarm health nut.
Yeah. What do you mean by that?
1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Yeah. What do you mean by that?
Like, I can do the fitness part of things. Like, I was a college athlete. I was a college volleyball player.
Yeah.
I'm a college volleyball coach.
Wow.
So I'm around it all the time.
Sure.
Like working out and being in the weight room. So I can get that part. It's the eating.
Yeah.
Like I have 1 foot in when it comes to fitness. Like I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
But then I go home. I want to go out to eat dinner with my friends. I want to eat the brownies that someone brings to the office, And I got the whole lukewarm thing from the Bible. Like, hot or cold.
And you're still doing it? You got the lukewarm thing from the Bible and you're still sinning? Girlfriend, pull your head out. Okay, let's talk about this. I love this. Okay, I love this. I absolutely love this. Okay, and here's why. I found a book. I want you to read it. Okay, and I'm going to get this guy on the show. His name is Tom Venuto. He has written 2 books. I've read them both in the last 30 days. I cannot put these down. He is an incredible writer. He is well-researched. He's amazing. And I know you've heard this, that your diet, no matter how good your workout plan is, unless you're putting the right foods in your body, you will not lose weight and you will not be healthy.
Yeah.
You will not.
Seeing it.
Yeah, and there's no workout program that combats a bad food plan. None.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of people, there's millions of people out there just like you they've got the fitness part down, and predominantly because your work, you know what I mean? Your work is active and that's a blessing. Okay. So here's the problem, Jasmine. You have no vision. You have no vision. You've gotten away with being smaller than your friends. You've gotten away with being stronger than some of the people that are around you. So therefore, you really haven't had to do much about it. But now, these are habits. This is about self-discipline. This is about character. Character. And you're saying that you got from the Bible, lukewarm. Well, there's another thing in the Bible that says, do you not know that you are the temple of the Holy Spirit? You are the physical temple. That was an ouch for me too. I got that one this year where I went, oh my gosh. Well, okay, and here was the picture I got, okay, because I've been to Israel several times and I have visited the ruins of the temple, right? Okay, and what you see in that is, oh, well, this thing is thrashed. And then you see other buildings that are really well kept. I'm like, that's me. That's my building. My building is just toast. It's thrashed. It's broken down. It's abandoned. It's a mess. It's covered in fat. Even though I'm a size 6, I'm still covered in fat. No more. So here's the deal. Get his book, Tom Venuto. Look him up. You can get it on a Kindle. You can get it at Amazon.com. That's where I found it. It has completely changed my life. It has completely changed my life. All the research, all the study. He has completely convinced me how to eat.
Wow.
He has completely convinced me to do weight training, which you didn't need any convincing on that. But my body fat dropped 4% in 1 month. On vacation. On vacation. Did you hear me? I was on vacation that month. I traveled to 9 countries in that month, and I lost 4% body fat. 3% body fat. No, it was 18.96 down to 15. So that's 4% body fat. Okay?
Wow, that's great.
No,
really
don't
great.
say that's great. You at 32 should be a bombshell, girlfriend. Hey, I have an idea. Let's you and I enter in a fitness physique competition. It's my vision. What? Come on, why not? Let's do it.
Oh my God.
All you have to do is take your body fit down. You don't have to change anything with your exercise. I have had to do both, diet and food and exercise, something I hated with a passion. Come on, let's do it. I want to be.
So funny to say that.
I want to be a fitness model when I'm 70. I want to be a fitness model at 80. That's my new goal.
Wow.
Let's do it.
Awesome. I mean, you can totally do it.
Miss Full Love, what do you mean I can do it? I'm almost 50. What about you little booger? You're a young little thing who actually has a life that's not sedentary. Come on, are you in or out?
Yeah.
In or out?
I'm in.
I want pictures weekly posted on my Facebook page. Okay? Weekly posted.
Okay.
I want you to tell me when you've read chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. I'm watching you. I'm going to watch you, Miss Full Love, on Facebook. There's no way I can forget that name.
Awesome.
Okay? Full love. I want to see the full love of your temple. I want you to fully love the temple of the Holy Spirit that has been given to you, and you putting in it what is healthy and good and strengthening instead of putting poison in it every single day. This is Dani Johnson. We're going to continue with more right after this.
Stay right here for more of The Dani Johnson Show.
Hi, this is Dani Johnson. Let me ask you something. Do you dream about being more confident, more beautiful, more powerful? Are you that girl who never learned to wear makeup and now you're lost in a sea of YouTube videos? That busy mom who can't get enough sleep and just wants to feel pretty again? Or maybe you're that professional who wants a little more respect in the office. From the boardroom to the bedroom, celebrity makeup artist Xtina Harmsworth from XMH Beauty will help you. Xtina has a track record of making beauty easy on any budget. Her live classes, simple step-by-step professional beauty techniques and insider secrets will set you apart from the crowd. So don't sit on your dream another minute. Learn from the best. Get your exclusive free gift from Xtina today at xmhbeauty.com/Dani. That's xmhbeauty.com/DANI. Hi, I'm Dani Johnson. The most common question I get usually are from people who are trying to juggle their life. They've got kids who are involved in all kinds of activities. They've got business or their job, finances, trying to get out of debt, plus all their church activities and all the volunteer activities. And they're pulling their hair out going, how do I juggle this all? Man, I once lived just like that until I learned Time Secrets. Time Secrets showed me how to be able to cut my hours from 100 hours a week that I was working down to 20 hours a week and tripled my income as a direct result with what I learned. Time Secrets also showed me how to get my priorities in order, which healed up my marriage. And I became a mother that I was proud of versus becoming the mother I didn't want to be. And so if you feel like your world is running around in all kinds of different circles, you can fix that. Call 888-757-8880. Again, 888-757-8880 for Time Secrets. Imagine living in a decrepit, unsafe hovel made of waste material on top of old mining tunnels that could explode and sink your home at any moment. Imagine no water to drink, no safe place to raise your children, no food for your starving baby. Imagine that your kids can't learn to read because they have to work to support the family instead of going to school. Could you imagine living in that kind of fear and hopelessness? This is exactly what families are dealing with in the poverty-stricken village of Santa Pancha, Nicaragua. These families can barely meet their basic food, water, and housing needs. We are transforming that village. Be a part of this miracle. I want you to go to the website now and learn how you can help. Go to kingsransom.org and click on Santa Pancha. There you can join with other warriors against poverty and help bring a miraculous transformation to Santa Pancha. That's kingsransom.org, kingsransom.org.
And now, back to the Dani Johnson Show.
Oh, I know that your blood is boiling, especially with the, that last conversation. But friend, come on. You do not want to be in pain. You don't want to be taking 17 medications. You don't want your life to be limited. You are in control of how you live your life based on what you put in your mouth, what kind of a system that you're following. You can do this. You can do this. You can do this. You don't have to be what your family was. You can be completely different. Come on, join me on this adventure. We're going to have so much fun. All right, so we've got Linda Hanna from Florida. Linda, what are you doing to prevent poor health?
Well, I eat all organic.
Yes.
I juice.
Yes.
I take supplements, and being in Florida, I make sure to go under the sun as much as possible to get that natural vitamin D.
Yep.
Because that's everything. Oh, my gosh.
Yep. Controls your hormones. Yep.
I'm sorry?
Vitamin D controls your hormones, all kinds of things. It boosts your immune system. Yep.
As we get older, as women, oh my gosh, like our hormones change, before menopause. And
really?
During menopause. Yeah.
I know.
But I'm only 33 years old, but, God was like, you need to take care of your body.
Yes.
And for me, it's been a boundary issue, too, just setting boundaries of knowing when to say yes and no to things, too.
Yeah.
And just changing everything. I had poor eating habits, poor sleeping habits. I pushed myself. I thought I was like Superwoman. I could do everything. And as an entrepreneur, I'm a voiceover artist. So I work with companies around the world in China. So I'd be like all day,
all night,
going to bed at 5 a.m, pushing myself. And I was actually diagnosed with breast cancer in 2014. And instead of going with chemo and all of that, I went the natural route and followed like the Dickens.
Wow!
Supplementation, through natural medicine, vitamin D, exercise. Oh my goodness! And I'm just about I actually was checked by the doctor recently, and it looks like I'm hitting remission there, so I'm doing a lot better. Yes. But after what they told me at the hospital, oh my gosh, I'm still here. I still have energy. I'm still active, and people don't even understand how I did it.
Wow!
And I can see this.
Wow!
This
God. Is so awesome.
Because,
this is awesome. Thank you so much for sharing your story. That is so incredible and inspiring. And I know that someone was just listening that needed to hear that can take their life in their own hands and make the choices that you have. This is incredible. All right, this is Dani Johnson. Listen, I know today probably grabbed you by the neck, the throat, probably jerked your neck a little bit. Listen, we are supposed to be healthy. We're supposed to be strong. And you are talking to a girl that was the anti-fitness queen, okay? Anti-fitness queen, okay? And I did not believe in like being radical about any of that stuff. Well, I'm not saying I'm going to be radical. Well, I'm being radical for me. No, I'm probably being radical. Come on, let's get healthy. Let's get strong. let's do this boldly. Let's do this rightly so that we're not paying the hard costs and our family isn't paying the hard costs because of our poor health choices. God bless you. Hope you have a great day. Talk to you soon.
This has been the Dani Johnson Show. If this episode was an encouragement to you, go to DaniJohnson.com and share it with your friends now. You never know who else needs to hear it.
Hi, welcome to the Dani Johnson YouTube channel. We're super excited to have you here. And every single week, we're gonna make sure that you get awesome videos for your business, career, making more money, saving money, annihilating your debt, as well as helping you to handle those really tough problems that you have with people at home, as well as at work, and taking those really good relationships you already have and causing them to flourish and grow. All you have to do is click that subscribe button right down here. Click that and you'll be subscribed to an amazing community of people, as well as some great videos that will help to improve your life. Thanks so much for being here. Subscribe now would be good. Just click it. I know you can see it. It's somewhere down here. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.